In the wake of tons of layoffs in the gaming industry, be it EA and Sony, another company seems to be falling to the wayside, and that happens to be none other than Rooster Teeth. Mark it today on your calendars. Unfortunately, Rooster Teeth has passed, at least not by their hands. This comes from the higher ups up at WB closing their doors. And man, is it a sad day. The moment I saw that Rooster Teeth was closing down, to me, the things that came to my mind was remembering the days of being a younger child, going on my Samsung Galaxy phone and watching the videos while I lay in bed, making sure that I don't laugh too hard at any of the rage quits or like the funny moment Halo Reach compilation stuff, so that way my mom didn't come barging into my room and started beating my ass because I had school that morning. But despite the fond memories that I had of Rooster Teeth, there was a point where I ended up maturing in my sense of YouTube entertainment, and straight away, like a friend from high school, you were buddies for 4 years, but once you left and went your separate ways, you guys lost contact with one another and simply faded. There was no beef between the two of you. There was nothing that someone did something wrong. You still remember all the fun times that you had with that friend, but it's just gone. And it would be awkward to come back, because even though sometimes you could probably find something that you might find entertaining or be able to have a good time together, but it's going to take some effort because you have different interests now. And that's the same thing with YouTube and what Rooster Teeth had provided. There was a point in time, and I don't remember exactly when, where Rooster Teeth ended up becoming something like second to my source of entertainment, and plenty of other YouTubers started coming into the sphere and continue to take me away from Rooster Teeth, and it's reflected in their numbers. And I'm sure you can see, like, if you go online to sources that show Rooster Teeth's viewership and all that stuff, they seem to be stagnant. And even if you look at their own channel, despite the fact that they have 9 million subscribers as of today, their average view count is not even 1% of what their subscribers are. They've tanked so hard in terms of viewership. It's no wonder that WB decided to close their doors, because people are no longer watching Rooster Teeth in terms of these long, short-term content that they're trying to make. Probably outside of shorts. Shorts appear every now and then, and maybe somebody will watch it in a passing glance, but someone like myself will more than likely skip past it because it doesn't seem recognizable in a lot of ways. They had so many things that they grew into YouTube, from like Achievement Hunter to Slow-Mo Guys to their cartoons that they made to Ruby. They brought so many things and made such a huge culture in YouTube for 20 years. But unfortunately, they could not adapt to the changes that came with YouTube. And don't take that just from me. Take that from the general manager of Rooster Teeth himself, where Variety managed to grab his memo to the company. And in that memo, he states, "Every story reaches its final pages. Rooster Teeth's closure isn't merely an end. It reflects broader business dynamics, monetization shifts, platform algorithms, advertising challenges, and the ebb and flow of patronage. All these converging factors have led to many closures in the industry." So he even says himself that it's not just the monetization, and there have been monetization changes in YouTube. They've made it harder for people to get monetization, because back then you could pretty much just post whatever you want and you'd get money for it. Now there are certain time limits. Now if you are trying to reach certain thresholds, YouTube is making you reach those thresholds before you're able to get monetized. And even then, the algorithm is so hit or miss. You could get super lucky. Maybe someone like myself, I've been lucky with a couple of videos, like my Avatar video or my McDonald's video, where I've had like 700 plus people watch it. But at some point, the algorithm can't feed everything to you. So it's the same with Rooster Teeth. Despite the fact that they have 9 million subscribers, they still have to fight the algorithm, because there's going to be plenty of other YouTubers who might cover similar stuff or who have better forms of entertainment that they're not going to want to go towards Rooster Teeth, because Rooster Teeth is still posting things similarly to what they've been posting before, and it's not grabbing much people's attention anymore. And then that goes into the quote of ebb and flow of patronage being people who are continuing to watch their entertainment, who are sticking around to the very end. And lots of people have shifted. YouTube's source of entertainment has changed, and Rooster Teeth has tried to change, or also has tried not to change, because they still seem very reminiscent of what they used to be back in the day, and people just aren't entertained by it anymore. A lot of people are entertained by people doing similar stuff like what I'm doing now, or to a worse extent, TikTok pranks that go so bad that the person ends up going to jail. But people find entertainment in many different ways, but Rooster Teeth unfortunately couldn't find that. So that's part of the reason why they have suffered, and as a part of that, they've suffered monetarily. Thus, WB is closing their doors. Now, Rooster Teeth isn't gone forever. They have a podcast, and their podcast is looking for somebody who's willing to take them on. WB is willing to sell them off if the right person is able to come in and buy them out. But we don't know anything else about their other channels, from Slow Mo Guys to Funhouse. A lot of the stuff that they've introduced into the YouTube sphere, but have not said anything about their futures. So it's very possible that all these other channels that Rooster Teeth has fostered into the community will probably fall with it too. And unfortunately, as a result, that ends up knocking out 150 people from their jobs, which is very sad, and why I brought up the layoffs in the first place, because these people are going to be losing their jobs. So I hope that those who are losing their jobs because of this closure end up finding work that is not only profitable but secure. This industry is going through many of changes, tons of shifts going back and forth, with shakeups coming from the top, trickling all the way down to the bottom. It almost does seem like no one is safe, and unfortunately, Rooster Teeth happens to be one of those. Another day has come in 2024 where people who are recognized for their YouTube careers are unfortunately leaving us. This just happens to be one of the few that has a sour note to it, because this was not on to their own doing. They were kind of forced to close because someone from higher up no longer saw them being profitable, which you can blame WB for that anyway, because they've been making terrible money choices to begin with. So it's a sad day. It's a day to mourn. It's a day to remember about all the fun things that Rooster Teeth used to provide. And though it hits me in my childhood, it's still sad to see it go, despite the conditions it's in. In a way, WB is sort of mercy killing Rooster Teeth, because this empire has grown old. This king of the YouTube world has become decrepit. You can see from the numbers they were not performing well. And WB, being a company, wants its money. It's just sad to see it go like this. If you like this video, like the video, comment down below what's your favorite memory of Rooster Teeth. Subscribe to the channel if you like this kind of stuff. I'll catch all of you guys later. Peace.